Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jeff, and I'm going to talk to you today about how to use social media to amplify your job and tie them together. So I currently run a chain of 25 craft superfood restaurants called Everbowl, and we're scaling and growing nationwide. I'm looking for franchisees all across the country, and being that I'm a serial entrepreneur and it's what I started, yes, I can just have my social media account for Everbowl, which we do. But I use my personal social media account and my audience to help drive awareness to what I'm doing and kind of use both hand in hand. The company is great, but in today's world, and especially around millennials, they care much more about the human behind the brand than the brand itself. So you as an influencer have the ability to leverage your personal brand and your personal social media to add so much value to the company that you either work for or you own. So what I do with mine is I always am showing behind the scenes footage inside of an Everbowl. I'm showing my staff, I'm showing customers who come in and post cool things. When I speak at different restaurant events or any event, I show myself, and I'm always also wearing Everbowl gear when I do it. So I can tie that back. So people who meet me and understand, hey, I want to meet Jeff as an influencer, or I want to meet Jeff as someone who may empower me or teach me how to be a better entrepreneur. Then they learn about Everbowl and they can check out that story. It also validates me as an influencer, but also as a restaurateur, as an entrepreneur. See, I also have a company called Superfuel Coffee, the world's first acai-infused coffee line. We sell it on Amazon, and I get to talk about that on my social media. So while it's really hard for me to pitch anyone to go buy some product of mine, when I talk about business principles and how I started and scaled that brand from nothing, well, now I'm telling a story, and people love stories. So if you think about what you're gonna say and what you're gonna communicate on your social media platforms, always remember stories and lessons, stories and lessons. Don't talk to your audience about your products and services, share stories. Like for example, when I wanted to start my very first restaurant with zero experience, I used the following tactics, and I share that on my social media. I get a lot of questions. Jeff, you knew nothing about restaurants. How did you start a chain, let alone open 25 of them in 3 years? Well, I talk about vertical integration of multiple startups, one of my business principles. I talk about how I used my superpower of being an entrepreneur to start a construction company to build my Everbowls. So what I'm doing is I'm teaching a lesson, I'm teaching a tactic while using my company Everbowl as the main character in my story. And so now you, the audience, not only learn more about how to be a better entrepreneur, some tactics and hacks that I've used that you may be able to use, you also get to know me, Jeff Fenster, the influencer, but now you know Everbowl, you know Superfuel Coffee, you know my construction company, WeBuild. So using them all together as the characters in your stories and lessons, you're gonna elevate both your personal brand and your company brand together. Also, if you just talk about your company, you sound like a commercial. So one cool tactic or one cool thing that we've uncovered is use the 90-10 rule. Every 10 posts you make, 9 of them don't talk about your brand directly. You might talk about it as a story, you might talk about it as a lesson, but don't pitch anything. 1 out of every 10, you've earned the right to do a pitch. So for every 10 posts, I might suggest, hey, please go to Amazon and buy some Superfuel Coffee, give it a try. I might mention if you're in the following city, come to Everbowl, give it a try. But 9 out of 10 times, I'm giving inspiration, I'm giving tactics, I'm giving hacks, I'm giving advice, or I'm just sharing something about my personal life, my kids, my wife, my dogs, or what I like to do. And so if you try to keep that in mind with a 90-10 rule or 9 and 1, you won't drown your audience, and you'll be able to talk more about your personal companies or where you may work. Because if you don't own your own company, don't think you can't do this same tactic. If you're in sales, you should be using your personal brand to help sell. Show the value, show a customer on how this sale, this product, this service that you sell, how it helped one of your customers. Even interview them on your social media. So me, as someone who may be following you and in your audience, I'm gonna learn about how powerful your service or your product is with a real world example. And you can tie it all the way back, and that's gonna help you be the best salesman or saleswoman in your profession. And at the same time, you're providing real value, which is gonna elevate you as an influencer. Being an influencer is not just about looking pretty on the camera. It is about providing value, and those who really provide the most value are gonna win at the end. They're the ones who are gonna get offered products. They're the ones who are gonna get offered collabs. So that's the best way I would recommend you use social media and your profession. And I'm so excited that you're taking these courses and gonna really become a true influencer and use all the skills and tools from all of the experts that are on the Influencer Academy. And thank you so much for watching this video.